Certain electrical panels are designed to allow the main breaker and bus bars to be reversed, providing a potential solution when damage, such as arcing, occurs at the top of the panel. This can save the time and expense of replacing the entire panel. Firstly, Siemens Q2 and Q3 panels often have this feature. Secondly, Eaton BR and CH panels are also commonly designed with reversible main breakers and bus bars. Thirdly, Legrand radiant panels may offer this capability. Fourthly, General Electric, or DTHQP and TQLU panels are known to sometimes include this design. Lastly, Meridian S and MP panels can also be found with this feature. However, it is crucial to remember that some older models of these panels may not have this functionality. It is always best practice to consult the manufacturer's instructions and documentation before attempting to reverse the main breaker and bus bars. This ensures that the specific panel model is designed for reversal and that the procedure is performed safely and correctly. Reversing the main breaker and bus bars involves several steps that must be executed with precision and caution. Before starting any work on an electrical panel, it is imperative to disconnect the power supply to the panel. This typically involves turning off the main breaker at the service entrance or meter. Confirm that the power is off using a reliable voltage tester. Never assume the power is off simply because you flipped a breaker. Once the power is confirmed to be off, carefully remove the panel cover. Note the location and connections of all wires and components before disconnecting anything. Taking pictures or creating a diagram can be helpful for reassembly. Next, disconnect the main breaker from the bus bars. This usually involves loosening screws or releasing clips that secure the breaker to the bus bars. Be careful not to damage the breaker or bus bars during this process. Then, disconnect the bus bars from the panel enclosure. The bus bars are typically attached to the enclosure with screws or bolts. Again, be careful not to damage the bus bars of the enclosure. After disconnecting the main breaker and bus bars, carefully remove them from the panel enclosure. Inspect the bus bars and main breaker for any signs of damage, such as arcing, burning, or corrosion. If the damage is severe, it may be necessary to replace the damaged components instead of reversing them. If the bus bars and main breaker are in good condition, you can proceed with reversing them. This involves rotating the components 180 degrees so that the damaged sections are now at the bottom of the panel. Then, reinstall the bus bars into the panel enclosure, ensuring that they are securely attached. Reconnect the main breaker to the bus bars, making sure that it is properly seated and secured. Finally, reconnect all the wires and components that were disconnected earlier, referring to your notes or diagram to ensure that everything is connected correctly. Once all the connections have been made, carefully replace the panel cover. Turn on the main breaker at the service entrance or meter to restore power to the panel. Test the panel to ensure that it is functioning properly. Use a voltage tester to check the voltage at various points in the panel. If everything is working correctly, the repair is complete. If you encounter any problems during the repair process, consult with a qualified electrician. Working with electrical panels can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to avoid injury. When selecting a replacement main breaker, it is crucial to choose one that is compatible with the existing panel. The replacement breaker must have the same voltage and amperage rating as the original breaker. It must also be the same physical size and shape so that it fits properly into the panel. Consult the panel manufacturer's specifications to determine the correct type of replacement breaker to use. Using an incorrect breaker can create a safety hazard and damage the panel. In addition to reversing the main breaker and bus bars, there are other steps that can be taken to maintain an electrical panel and prevent future problems. Regularly inspect the panel for any signs of damage, such as arcing, burning, or corrosion. Tighten any loose connections to prevent overheating and arcing. Keep the panel clean and free of dust and debris. Consider having a qualified electrician perform a periodic inspection of the panel to identify any potential problems before they become serious. One common issue with electrical panels is nuisance stripping of circuit breakers. This can be caused by a variety of factors, such as overloaded circuits, short circuits, or ground faults. Before replacing a circuit breaker that trips frequently, try to identify the cause of the tripping. Unplug any appliances or devices that are connected to the circuit. If the breaker still trips, there may be a short circuit or ground fault in the wiring. In this case, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician to diagnose and repair the problem. Another common issue is flickering lights. This can be caused by loose connections, voltage fluctuations, or faulty wiring. Check the connections at the light fixtures and switches to make sure they are tight. If the flickering persists, it may be necessary to have a qualified electrician inspect the wiring. Electrical panels are designed to provide safe and reliable power distribution. However, they can also be dangerous if not properly maintained and repaired. Always take all necessary precautions when working with electrical panels and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. It is also important to understand the different types of circuit breakers that are used in electrical panels. Standard circuit breakers are designed to protect against overloads and short circuits. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are designed to protect against ground faults. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or FCIs, are designed to protect against arc faults. GFCIs are typically used in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where there is a risk of water exposure. FCIs are typically used in bedrooms and other areas where there is a risk of electrical fires. It is important to use the correct type of circuit breaker in each location to ensure proper protection. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides detailed requirements for the installation and maintenance of electrical panels. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding. Following the NEC requirements will help to ensure that electrical installations are safe and reliable. In addition to the NEC, there may be local electrical codes that must be followed. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC requirements. Check with your local building department to determine what electrical codes apply in your area. Proper grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to trip the circuit breaker and prevent electrical shock. Bonding connects all metal parts of the electrical system together, which helps to equalize the voltage and reduce the risk of electrical shock. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding. These requirements must be followed to ensure electrical safety. Surge protection is another important aspect of electrical safety. Surges can damage sensitive electronic equipment such as computers, televisions, and appliances. Surge protective devices, or SPDs, are designed to protect against surges. SPD can be installed at the main electrical panel or at individual outlets. It is recommended to use SPD to protect valuable electronic equipment. When working on an electrical panel, it is important to use the proper tools. Use insulated tools to prevent electrical shock. Wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from flying debris. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before working on any electrical components. Never work on an electrical panel when it is wet or damp. Always follow all safety precautions to avoid injury. If you are not comfortable working on an electrical panel, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. Attempting to perform electrical work without proper training can be dangerous and could result in serious injury or death. Furthermore, incorrect electrical work can create a fire hazard and damage property. Therefore, it is always best to err on the side of caution and hire a qualified electrician for any electrical work that you are not comfortable performing. When hiring an electrician, make sure they are licensed and insured. Ask for references and check their online reviews. Get a written estimate before the work begins. A reputable electrician will be happy to provide you with all of this information. The cost of electrical work can vary depending on the complexity of the job and the electrician's rates. It is important to get several estimates before choosing an electrician. Be sure to compare the estimates carefully, taking into account the scope of work and the quality of materials. The lowest estimate is not always the best choice. It is important to choose an electrician who is qualified and experienced and who uses high-quality materials. In addition to hiring an electrician for repairs and installations, it is also a good idea to have a qualified electrician perform a periodic inspection of your electrical system. This can help to identify any potential problems before they become serious. An electrician can inspect your electrical panel, wiring, outlets, and other electrical components to ensure that they are in good condition and functioning properly. They can also identify any safety hazards, such as loose connections, damaged wiring, or overloaded circuits. A periodic electrical inspection can help to prevent electrical fires, shocks, and other electrical hazards. The frequency of electrical inspections will depend on the age and condition of your electrical system. Older homes may require more frequent inspections than newer homes. Consult with a qualified electrician to determine the appropriate frequency for your home. Maintaining a safe and reliable electrical system is essential for the safety and well-being of your family. By following the tips outlined in this narration and consulting with a qualified electrician, you can help to ensure that your electrical system is in good condition and functioning properly. Remember to always take all necessary precautions when working with electricity, and never attempt to perform electrical work that you are not comfortable with. Electricity is a powerful force, and it should be treated with respect. Improperly maintained or repaired electrical systems can be dangerous and could result in serious injury or death. Therefore, it is always best to err on the side of caution and seek the assistance of a qualified electrician when dealing with electrical issues. Staying informed about electrical safety and maintenance can help you to protect your family and property from electrical hazards. By taking the time to learn about electrical systems and following the recommendations of qualified electricians, you can help to ensure that your home is a safe and comfortable place to live. Remember that electrical codes and regulations are constantly evolving, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. Consult with your local building department or qualified electrician to ensure that your electrical system complies with all applicable codes and regulations. By taking these steps, you can help to create a safe and reliable electrical environment for yourself and your family. When dealing with electricity, safety should always be your top priority. Never take any risks or shortcuts that could compromise your safety or the safety of others. If you are ever unsure about how to perform a particular electrical task, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to perform the work safely and correctly. In conclusion, understanding the features of your electrical panel, including the possibility of reversing the main breaker and bus bars in certain models, is crucial for efficient troubleshooting and potential repairs. Always prioritize safety, consult manufacturer instructions, and seek professional assistance where necessary.